Fun people, welcome to Everything Aja. If you are new here, my name is Aja. I am so excited to be here with you today. This is our Chatted Up Saturday. We go live each and every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In fact, here on Chatted Up Saturdays, you can receive really hot educational topics, tutorials like we're doing today, games, tips, strategies, even guest hosts, speakers, and you name it, we have it. And so today I am so excited to literally roll out. I don't have a presentation for today because we're actually going to be doing this training like a live hand step by step live tutorial. So normally I have like a whole little presentation, but introduce yourself down below. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Aja. I'm an educational consultant. I work hand in hand with teachers and even homeschool parents on helping them teach their struggling readers without them feeling overwhelmed. So I help parents and teachers go from feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and even burned out to feeling confident, feeling prepared, and knowing that they make a difference. A little bit about my educational background. I have been a kindergarten through fifth grade curriculum specialist, meaning I've been an administrator over all things teaching and learning. You name it, I've been over it. I have over a decade worth of experience in teaching Title I schools, meaning children, schools that have children that are on free and reduced lunch. So with that kind of environment does come a lot of struggling readers and students that are academically behind. And also I have my reading endorsement, I'm certified, so you name it, I have it as far as my educational background. Good morning, good morning, good morning, happy Saturday. Man, I hope you guys came ready to be blown away today because, man, it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. In fact, the way I promise you that the way you teach reading will change after today's tutorial. Promise you, promise you. All right, today we're going to actually talk about Chat GPT and how that can help teachers and even homeschool parents teach their struggling readers. So let me just break down what is Chat GPT. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you already know about Chat GPT, artificial intelligence? Are you afraid of it? Have you embraced it? Have you already tried it? Let me know that down below in the comments because I'm going to literally do this tutorial. We're going to do a live tutorial and I'm going to literally walk you guys step by step of how you can use artificial intelligence to help you within your reading blocks. So let me know down below right now, how do you feel when I say Chat GPT or artificial intelligence? There's so many people that are scared of it. They don't want to embrace it. So let me know already your your existing preconceptions or thoughts or so forth. For those of you guys that are like, what is Chat GPT? Let me just literally break that down. In fact, let me not even break it down. Let's go into Chat GPT and we're going to ask it what it is. You said it can help you do lessons, AI. Yep, it can. Come on now. So we have that. Good. So like if I hop over onto Chat GPT, I'm going to actually type in what is Chat GPT. And let's see what it says. It says ChatGPT is a large language model created by OpenAI that uses deep learning algorithms to create human like responses to natural language input. So the key word is it's based on what we input into the system. And it has been trained on a massive amount of data. It continues to improve its ability to respond and understand human language based on what we put in there. It has been used for a variety of applications, including language translator, chat box, question answering systems, and even text generation. All right, so look, ChatGPT gave it to us itself what it is and what it does. You said you don't love it, so you already have, okay, we have one person that's like, look, I am not for it. So I appreciate the honesty. Hopefully by the end, not even hopefully, I'm guaranteeing. Can I do a guarantee? I guarantee you that by the end of this, how you feel about it may change a little bit. Hope like it's gonna change just a little bit. All right, so the average classroom, we have various reading levels, and I just want to get right into it. And so we're not really going to just be talking about how you can use Chat GPT, in your classroom, when it comes to Chat GPT for teachers. But we're really going to focus in on what does this look like for you with teaching your struggling readers. And so let's literally think about all the things real quick, all the things that you encounter with your children. The first thing is, small group, because that's really where your children get the majority of their hand holding instruction. And so let's say we're literally at the very beginning. We have our children, and let's say I have let's say that according to my scope and sequence, I am now on vowel team OA. So we've already done all of the short vowel sounds, and now we are honing in on vowel team OA. And so this is how you would use Chat GPT. So you would actually hop on to OpenAI. It is chat.openai.com. And when you hop on, it's going to ask you to create an account. Once you create an account, it's going to look like this. Whoop, whoop. And so once you're in here, you're going to actually start a conversation with it. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to start one massive conversation. Okay. And we're going to start with knowing what our scope and sequence is. So our scope and sequence has us going over the OA vowel team. And so in order to find books, instead of me going to my library, instead of me looking up on Google and searching, I'm just going to jump into Chat GPT, and I'm just going to literally ask it. So let me do it like this. There we go. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to come in here, and I'm going to put list the codable books that focus on the vowel team OA. And I'm telling it what I want, a list of decodable books, and I'm telling it what my skill is. So that's what we are inputting. And it says, here are some decodable books that focus on the vowel team OA. Goat in a boat, the boat floats, Toad on the boat, Mo and Joe fighting together forever, the soapbox, the oak tree, Float and Roar. And it's given us 10 really good books that all focus on that vowel team, right? Let me know already, like once you're like, oh snap, all right, this is about to change the game. It's taking Google to the next level. Just give me a thumbs up once you're like, oh, I can use that. All right, so that's the first thing we can do is ask it to make books. Now, if you are not everybody is doing decodable books. Let's say that you are still you're needing books based on a reading level, but you're still going over the vowel team OA. No worries. Let's jump back to GPT, Chat GPT, and now let's put using Fontes and Nail. Provide me a list of books on level A. So I have a small group. I have a small group in my classroom that are on level L, and we are going over. Um, um, I might put. We're going over the Val Team OA. So I'm going to see if any of the books have OA. Val Team. If not, I'm going to actually put that in here because I know one. All right. So I should have put that vowel team, but I just put the level. So either way it goes. So but I can also put it in here that so provide me using Fontes and Pinnell, provide me a list of books on level A that also have the vowel team OA. All right, so now it's actually going to narrow down my list a little bit that are on level L and have Val Team OA. And here we have it. Now, here's the great thing that some of these books may be the same. Like I see Goat in a Boat, and great. So now I know that Goat in a Boat is on level L, and Goat in a Boat also has my Val Team OA. So I have this book, and so I'm like, okay, great. That's what we're gonna do. Bam. Now y'all know that that like your administrator is going to say, you have to read the book before you give it to the kids in order to be properly prepared. As soon as you identify, Goat in the Boat, what is the first thing you do before you start doing the lesson plan? You got to open it. You got to start going through it. You might read it before. I used to hate having to try to read a book just to teach it. You know how many books we go through? So let me show you what you can now do. So let's take that same book, Goat in a Boat. So we're like, okay, that's the book I'm going to do. We're going to do Goat in a Boat. It's on level L and it goes over my Val Team OA. Perfect. And so now we're going to, first off, I want to know what this book is about. Like, what is Goat in a Boat? And so what I'm going to do is go back to Chat GPT. Now that it's given me that book, I'm going to actually write a summary on the book Goat in a Boat. Perfect. And so now it's going to give me a summary of what that book is so that I do not have to waste my Saturday, my Sunday trying to read this book. And so it's literally just going to summarize the book for me. There it goes. Perfect. So I kind of know what it's already about. This book follows a goat who decides to take a boat ride on a lake, but things quickly go away. And then, I'm reading the book, title for real. But you see, like, so now I have a really good picture or idea of what my children are going to learn about in small groups. So now I'm going to now take that to the next level. So now that I know, I've identified what book I'm going to use with my small group that correlates with my skill, and it's on their reading level. I now know what the book's about. What else could we use Chat GPT to do to help our struggling readers? So the next thing you can do is to now make it give you, so during small group, let me rewind, hold on. During small group, what's the first thing you do when they come to your table? You're going to do like some kind of word work, right? You're going to build on their background knowledge and do some word work. So let's let Chat GPT do that for us. So I'm now going to ask, list some vocabulary words for the book Goat in a Boat. Perfect. And so now it's going to give me all of the vocabulary words and even what they mean. Y'all know all that time we used to spend going through the book, finding out the vocabulary words. You can literally save so much time doing this. All right, so now it's giving me 10 vocabulary words. And so now during my word work at the beginning of my small group time, I already have the vocabulary words right there done for me. All right, so what else can we do? Of course, the next thing you would do while you're in the middle of that lesson is to ask your children questions. So let's jump back into ChatGPT and see. Let's ask it to give us the questions. So I can tell it to write comprehension questions on the book Goat in a Boat. Perfect. So now it's going to give me questions on the book Goat in a Boat. And here are all my questions. What does the goat decide? Why does the goat decide to take the boat ride? How does the goat overcome the challenges he faces? Why does the goat grin when he hears the roar in the waterfall? I don't even have to read the book, and I already have text-based questions that will require my children to go back in the text and find the answer. Y'all, can y'all say game changer in the chat box? Like, we're not over. Like, we're just getting started. All right. So we have our small group. We've already identified the book. We have already probed our questions. We now know what the summary of the book is, so we have a good understanding of what this book means. Now we have comprehension questions. Can we take this thing a step further? Of course we can. So the next thing you typically want to do is to give some activities that children can do with that book, right? So let's jump back into it and literally tell it to list some activities that spell it right now, that correlate with the book Goat in a Boat. Let's see how many times I say goat in a boat today. All right, so now it's going to literally give me activities that my children can do during their independent time, that I can do with them during small group, activities that we could do whole group. I mean, like, you have from animal research to a boat making activity, boat safety rules, map making activity. They have to create a map of the goat's boat ride and adventure, including the lake, the waterfall, and the other landmarks mentioned in the story. I love this one because this now makes it go into sequencing. Wordplay activities. So this is a perfect small group activity. They can create a list of words that contain rhymes or alliteration, such as float, goat, roar, soar, bliss. Go. So so like it also gives us some science experiments, doing conducting an experiment to show the properties of water, demonstrating how water can hold objects afloat or how it can like sink them down, having them research certain animals, story sequencing. I mean, you name it. I now have the activities that go hand in hand with my book. And like, can y'all say like lesson planning made easy? Drop that down below in the chat box. Lesson planning made easy. And speaking of lesson plans, can Chat GPT do our lesson plans for us? Absolutely. So, hey, we said we are studying the Val Team OA, right? So you would literally just go into Chat GPT and say, create a lesson plan on the Val Team OA. Bam! And guess what? It's going to create a lesson plan. It's giving us a title. It's giving us the grade level. It's going to give you objectives, materials, and then everything to do. So it's literally, it calls it the procedure. So you have the introduction. It gives us phonemic awareness, word recognition. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Sentence and reading and comprehension, writing activities. I mean, you name it, it's right here. Not only does it do that, it also tells you how to assess this for mastery. So you have the assessments to see if children actually have identified how to master the OA vowel team. So it says observe students during the lesson, check their written work, and determine whether they are ready to identify, read, and write words using the vowel team OA. Ask questions to assess their understanding of the meaning of the words containing the OA vowel team. So let's just not just leave it at that, but let's assess how good is the lesson plan that artificial intelligence just came up with. So I want you to rate this lesson plan on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being Aja, this sucks. 5 being, oh, this is amazing. I'm about to do this for every lesson. So let's see like kind of how well the artificial intelligence did in creating us a lesson on this skill. And so you say, okay, yes. All right, so it's telling us that the objective of this lesson is that students will be able to identify and read words containing the vowel team away, that they'll be able to write words containing the vowel team away, that they will understand the sound and meaning of words containing the vowel team away. Great. What will we need? We'll need whiteboard markers, word cards containing words with the vowel team OA, and then it's going to give us some examples: boat, coat, road, etc. And then we're going to use a handout with sentences containing words with the vowel team OA. All right, and then kids will need pencils. So already the materials are really basic materials. It's not making us use any materials that are like too far-fetched, right? All right, so let's just keep going. So for the procedure, and I'm going to try to blow this up just a little bit. All right. I hope that helped you guys see it just a little bit better. Trying to take that away. All right. All right. So it says introduction. Okay, so for the introduction, it says begin by introducing the vowel team OA and explaining that it makes a unique sound in words. So you explain that OA makes the sound O. Show students some examples of the words containing OA, such as boat makes the O sound, coat, road, and ask them if they notice anything similar about the word. So I love it. It's already probing background knowledge. Dolores says, "Game changer, AI." Come on now, but really learning how to use AI in our lesson plans, like this is amazing. Um, so I'm glad you're already on board. And so I love it because it's already having us, literally probe them and get them thinking about similarities without quite telling them what they're to be listening for. All right, so then after that, giving us some phonemic awareness, it said that have students repeat the sound of the OA vowel team and listen to the sound of the vowel team in the words you say aloud. Word recognition, hold up word cards containing words with the vowel team OA and have students read the words out loud. Repeat this activity several times until students are able to recognize and read the words easily. All right, sentence reading and comprehension. Hand out a worksheet with sentences containing words with the vowel teams OA and have students read them aloud. Ask students to identify the words with OA vowel team in each sentence to explain their meaning. Then it's also giving us a writing activity. Have students practice writing words containing the vowel team OA in their own on their own. Ask them to think of words with OA and to write them down. Encourage students to use their creativity to make up sentences using words as they write. And in the lesson, by asking students to read a few words with the OA vowel team out loud by reviewing the words they wrote. All right, rank it from 1 to 5. What do you guys think? Do 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 do. Now, like also, it's important to note that no, this is not like a I just need to give it all to AI because of course I'm even looking at this like, okay, let's tweak it a little bit. But it is a great tool so that we're not starting from scratch. All right, Dolores says hands down 5 5 5 5. So awesome. I was actually gonna say 4. And I was gonna show you how to make it to a 5, but you're like, hey, it's already a 5. Let us know. And if you're watching the replay, comment down below, rank this lesson plan from 1 to 5. And so what I noticed that even in this, okay, Keisha said 4 as well. I noticed that it's still making us do some work, right? It's still making me find a worksheet, write some words, come up with some words. So what I may do to make this to a 5, I needed to list 20 words with the Val Team OA. I needed to tell me the words. Like it was making me come up with the words on my own. So why come up with the words on my own when I could ask it to make it give me the words? All right, so now it's giving me 20 words. Now I can work with you now. So here are the 20 words that I could use during that word recognition part. And repeat the sounds of phonemic awareness. Now, I will say, hey, I have some better phonemic awareness activities. In fact, you guys know I have a free reading toolkit that has 18 phonemic awareness prompts that you can use that will work a little better than this one, but hey, it's good for being artificial intelligence. So for the word recognition, here are literally 20 words that you can use. And then it made us you find a worksheet, right? Like, well, you making me do extra work now. So instead of finding a worksheet with sentences containing the words with the vowel team, we're just literally going to tell it, give me 20 sentences containing the words of the vowel team OA. And so now I'm not having to go find a worksheet, but I'm telling it now to give me those words. And so now that I have those 20 words, I mean 20 sentences, I can now take these 20 sentences, copy and paste them to, Microsoft Word, and then give them to my students. So now I have everything I need to actually teach this lesson. And so this is how I would take this to make it a 5. Me personally, like, y'all let me know, like, man, this is just so incredible. And for writing, meant to tell y'all that we can even they can even do writing prompts. So we talked about going over the Val Team OA, reading the book Goat in a Boat. And so it can actually generate the writing prompts for that book. So I can actually tell it to create writing prompts on the book Goat in a Boat. I know, Keisha, you're really big on writing. So with your kids, you can literally type in for it to create the writing prompts. Um, oh, I just made it. Give me one. Um, it gave me the whole thing. Hold on. Generate a list of writing prompts on the book Goat in the Boat. There we go. Here we go. There we go. So I like to put generate a list because I like it in list form. You notice that when I just said it like this, it just went like in a paragraph form. I didn't like that. But I like it like this. So I put my prompt was generate a list of writing prompts on the book Goat in a Boat. Um, and so here are my 10 writing prompts that I could use. And so now that I have these, I can now like really really work with it. Another thing that we're talking about is dealing with so many children on so many different reading levels, and of course using Chat GPT, using artificial intelligence can definitely make our lives a little easier, help us to teach smarter not harder, help us to get some more of our time back, so that we can have more time on what truly matters for us. And so one other thing that in dealing with small group is that you have all these different learners. You have all these students that are coming to you, begging you for your attention. They need all these different things. And even when you're teaching something as simple as the skill OA, or I mean the Val Team OA, all your kids are on different levels. They're on different mastery levels. So another thing that you can do as you're offering differentiated reading tasks is to literally go into Chat GPT and tell it to offer differentiated reading tasks. Now I always put more information because it's a computer, and so it can't read my mind. So I always tell it offer differentiated reading tasks based on mastery of the Val Team OA. So now it's going to give me different activities and tasks based on mastery. So for students that need additional support, I'm going to provide a list of words containing OA. And then I'm going to have the students practice reading those words. I'm going to read them a book. I'm going to have them practice just identifying, circling, highlighting the letters, creating simple sentences for those babies that need additional support. For the kids that have mastered that OA vowel team, so now I'm going to take it to the next level, have them read a book containing the OA and now summarize the plot or identify the main characters. So now it's going into reading comprehension. As the students identify the vowel teams in words, how they're pronounced differently from the OA vowel team. So it's taking in account other vowel teams, providing a list of more challenging words containing OA vowel teams. So maybe I'll start doing multi-syllabic words. Offers the student to write a story incorporating writing, listing 5 words with the OA vowel team and read their story aloud to their class. And so now that's more of that DOK level 3 kind of task when you have that writing task. So they're taking that skill and then they are actually creating something of their own. Man, if you are getting value, if you are learning new ways to incorporate AI and so forth into your reading instruction and planning, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I pray and hope that I'm giving you some aha moments as you learn how to use literally Chat GPT to help us teach our struggling readers. And another thing. So we're reaching the end of the year, right? And typically during this year, you have end of the year testing, you have report cards going out. So let's look at how we could use Chat GPT. Hey, Chat GPT in order to help us literally take the same skill, the Val Team OA, and take it onto a mastery type of level. All right, so now that we have our differentiated task, what I was gonna do, let's say it's time for us to assess. I can actually put write, or I might put create and assessments. Now I might have to put a little bit more information on the Val Team OA. Let's see if it will give us a good one with that without us like doing too many details. Okay, it's doing pretty good. All right, so it's breaking it into parts. Let me make it bigger. It's breaking it into parts. So you have part one is vocabulary. All kids have to do is identify the OA words in the following sentence. Perfect. So that's just straight recognition. And so it's giving us 5 words. There we have, 5 sentences. They're the sentences right there. Then part two, reading comprehension. Read the following passage and then answer the questions below. Bam, y'all. Game changing. All right, so then here's the passage. There are questions. Part three, now writing. Create a short story about a day in the life of two animals who live near the ocean. Use at least 5 words containing the OA vowel team in your story. Be sure to include details about the animal's surroundings, any adventures or obstacles that the animal encounters. So it takes us from basic like recognition and identification all the way into writing and creation of their own story. Man, so we have the assessment, right? Now let's say that you have kids and it's time to literally tell their parents about it, right? So now literally I can literally put in write a letter to a parent about their child who has not mastered the OA vowel team. And so what it's going to do, I specifically put that there. So you have different kids, right? You have the kids that mastered the skill and you have kids that did not master the skill, right? And so what you can literally do is take this letter, print it out, give it to your parents whose kids are struggling, and then we're going to create another letter on kids that mastered it, right? So I am writing to inform you that your child, Aja, is currently struggling with the mastery of the OA vowel team. Although we have been working on this in class, your child is still having difficulty identifying and using words with the OA vowel team correctly. I want to share some strategies that may be helpful in supporting your child's learning at home. First, I recommend practicing reading and spelling words with the OA vowel team regularly. You can make flashcards with the OA vowel team with OA words and have your child practice reading them out loud or have them write multiple times and help with their spelling. Another strategy is to have your child read books that contain words with the OA vowel team. You could also ask your child to identify the OA words in the reading and have them practice using the words in the sentence. I understand that every child learns differently, and I would be happy to discuss additional strategies that may be helpful for your child's specific needs. Please feel free to contact me at any time to discuss To discuss further, thank you for your support in helping your child succeed in their reading and language development. Sincerely, and insert your name. What? Like, can y'all see how this can really help get your parents on board? Like you said, passage contain questions. Passage questions plus writing winning. Yes. You said I'm with Keisha. This helps take differentiation to the next level. Yes, yes, yes. And a part of like working with AI is also knowing what to put in it. So I have been using Chat GPT for about 2 months now, like nonstop. And so it does take a while to get used to it. And I'm feeling even doing in this training. Y'all let me know. Do I need to come up with some prompts for y'all? I'm feeling in my spirit right now that I just need to give y'all some prompts. So I might be working on working on just like prompts, because the reason that the computer is able to give us so much valuable information is also because we know what to put in there. And or like the more you put in, for example, I'm actually putting in things like mastery of this skill, and so it's very specific and understands exactly what I need. I'm loving that you guys are finding so much value. Yay. You said, can I use that craft other parent letter? Can I use that to craft other parent letters? Absolutely. Put in the chat box what because I was gonna open the floor later to y'all. So what other kind of parent letters, like behavior? Let shoe. Absolutely. So we can literally put write a write a letter to a parent who about their child misbehaving in class. Let's see. It should. There we go. I'm writing a letter to inform you that your child, insert child's name, has been misbehaving in class recently. Unfortunately, their behavior is disrupting the learning environment for others and is preventing us from achieving our classroom goals. And then now it does give you some examples. You can't just take this and send it to a parent. Like, you put in your own examples of what that child is doing, but it does give you a really good starting point. You said missing homework regularly. Absolutely, absolutely. There we go. And so you would just literally start the prompt with, write a letter to a parent about their child missing homework. And y'all might, it's the end of the year, we're getting grades. Hello, we are getting grades coming out. And so you probably noticed that you have kids that have all these missing assignments. This is the perfect time to literally send a letter home. Look, and now what I would do to add into this, I would actually kind of put the grades. I know for like my county, we have to have 9 grades per subject. So in here, I could actually like just do a list of the 9 grades that that child is supposed to have. And to help me, I might like make it a checkbox, or just highlight the ones that that child specifically is missing. But absolutely, it gave us a whole letter on missing homework, that there are several homework assignments missing, and why. It says these assignments are an important part of our learning process and are designed to reinforce the lessons that we cover in class. I wanted to bring this to your attention so that we can work together to ensure that your child is successful in their academic pursuits. I encourage you to speak with your child about the importance of completing their homework on time and submitting it to the teacher. Then it always gives you strategies. This part I love. In addition, I would like to discuss strategies that we can implement to help your child stay on top of their homework. This might include setting up homework routine, using a planner for organization, seeking extra help during school hours, etc., etc. So you can even take this tool to the parent level and get them on board with your children's academic needs. Now, I want to open this up. So I just want to open up the floor for you guys now. What are some of the things that you are struggling with right now? This, I said, step by step tutorial, baby. What are some of the things that you guys are struggling with right now, that you would like to see Chat GPT help you with right here, right now? We're gonna do this live. What is something that you are currently struggling with? Dun, dun, dun. Some of y'all like, look, I just want it to be the end of the year. And if that's you right now, don't worry. I mean, you could literally type list it list some end of year activities. And I'm actually gonna put list some end activities for engagement, so it's not like just so basic, right? So list some. Let me not spell it right. List some end of the year activities for engagement. And here we go: yearbook signing, classroom rewards. Now, I will say, y'all, I have an entire playlist of end of year activities. I also have done for you games, because some of these are real basic. And so, this is why you also need me. You can't just leave me and go to Chat GPT now. But they have talent show, a memory book, a scavenger hunt, classroom cleanup, summer reading list, classroom games. So it will give us some. But look, I'm not tooting my own horn right now, but I feel like my end of the year activities are a little bit more exciting than that, but it does give us something to start with, right? And if you're needing some end of the year activities, make sure you check mine out. I even have on Teachers by Teachers an entire bundle of done for you digital games that all you have to do is hit play. You teaching virtually, don't worry about it. It's on the computer. You teaching face to face, all you got to do is turn on that Promethean board, hit play, baby. End of the year done easy now. All right, so thanks, Dolores. You said I'm struggling with keeping the whole class engaged, okay, with various academic and behavioral levels. All right, so let's take this and really break this down. So I'm actually thinking of two different prompts that would kind of help us. Okay, and you can definitely let me know some additional information. You said this sounds like you have my kids. Come on now. All right. So the first thing we would do is let's just address behavior academic like behavior things. So I'm gonna ask chat. We're gonna go into Chat GPT and let's just ask it. Let me switch my computer. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so let's just ask it to literally list some strategies that will help decrease the behavior issues in the classroom. All right, so let's just talk about decreasing behavior issues in the classroom. So it's telling us to go ahead and set our clear expectations, to use positive reinforcement such as praise or rewards to encourage the good behavior that we're seeing, especially as we go through to the end of this year. Be consistent, establish routines, address behavior issues properly, build relationships, engage the students. So we're going to piggyback on that one. Provide a safe and welcoming environment, use visual aids, and involve their parents and guardians. So it's given us 10 things that you can do to just kind of address behavior issues in your classroom. Now, if we're going to take that and now talk about the engagement part, let's literally take that, talk about strategies for engagement. Um, so I might put list ways to get students, and I'm going to actually say physically engaged in learning tasks. And so I use a few keywords here just so that you know what why I put the physical word, right? And so I put the physical word because I know as a human And as an educational consultant, look, that's what you have me here for. I know that most children misbehave because they are not they're not engaged, right? And so if you just type engagement, like we just did it, it gave us some very basic tasks that we can do. But just like I do, especially if you teach, I don't know, Dolores, if you teach struggling readers, but a lot of them, they because there's that academic portion to it that they're struggling with, they tend to then misbehave, right? And so I specifically put in there to give me um physical tasks, so that way kind of like gets over that hurdle, and gets them wanting to be involved. And so I knew just changing that word would help me amp up the engagement. You said I'm teaching virtual summer school, so yay, whoop whoop. I even have some summer digital games, girls. So you are good to go. All right, so let's look at the task it gave us. So it gave us to you incorporate movement breaks into lessons, getting kids to move around, incorporate games. Hello, I just told you I have some end of the year games now that involve physical movement, to use manipulatives like puzzles or blocks that would give kids something to physically manipulate, to do incorporate cooperative learning activities that require students to work together, physically engaging with each other. For example, you can have students act out a scene from a book, or act out a scene, or play a game that requires physical teamwork. Take the lessons outside. A lot of times, y'all know, I give this example. Changing up the scenery really kind of gives them a reset. It also can, like I said, can help increase their mood and reduce stress. Use technology. Now, y'all, don't just have your kids in front of a computer this time of year all day long, but definitely can use technology. Do fitness trackers, motion sensors. It said provide alternative seating. So maybe they can sit on exercise balls during the end of the year, like do other ways that they can, move. Use role playing activities. I love the role playing activities that require physical movement to help students practice social skills. Incorporate movement into assessments. So use assessments that incorporate physical movement. And so I love that one. So like we were just talking about the Val team OA. So maybe you can literally do, and y'all know I do a lot of learning physical games. And look, that was all before AI was even a thought. But you can literally physically assess a child. All their assessments do not have to be on pencil and paper. You can literally have different words, and they can walk to that different part, and you're just using a notepad assessing them. You said yes, struggling readers and lots of trauma. Yes, girl. Yes, yes, yes. So let me know, did this help, trying to like at least trigger your brain of what we can do, keeping the whole class engaged. So change the scenery, do a lot of physical activities. As far as assessments, instead of giving them just paper and pencil assessments, I know on here literally I have an entire video on ways to take worksheets and make them into games, and you can use that as an actual assessment. But coming up on May 15th, I have an entire training on literally how to teach your struggling readers using my proven framework. And in that framework, in that that workshop, I will actually break this down even further to the next step. I'm breaking it down even further, and kind of how you can take like a worksheet per se and literally break it down for an assessment, for physical activity, for engagement, and how you can do that easily, so that you're not spending all of your time, and your wheels just kind of spinning, especially during this time of the year. Because if you think about it, do I have anybody that's kind of getting over it? You're getting over it during this time of year. You're like, I'm tired. Has anybody started counting down yet? Like the countdown, is the countdown real? Like, start counting down. And so when you start counting down, you better believe that they are counting down as well. And so what you don't want is everybody to be literally over it. And once everybody's over, it's really kind of hard to reel those kids back in. It's almost impossible to reel them in once you lose them. So don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Keep the hope alive. I just dropped the link down to the live in the comments. That's to the live workshop that we have coming up. Also this summer. Sorry, my daughter just she jamming over there, isn't she? Also, you said, yep, your last day is May 26th. Girl, you out when my baby's out. I'm counting down for her to get out. I'm like, come on. But she gets out. Is that a Friday? She might get out the day before. She gets out that Thursday. Whatever that Thursday is, it's her last day. So when you're counting down, the kids are kind of counting down, and everybody's counting down. But if you need additional support now I will say AI can only do so much. So I have to give my disclaimer. AI can only do so much. Let me say it one more time. AI, as amazing as this has been, showing you guys all the various ways that you can use artificial intelligence to help you teach your struggling readers. It is an amazing tool, but the key word is just that tool. It's not something that can replace a good teacher. And so we can use it as a tool to help us teach smarter, not harder. But remember, you are the expert, and you have what the kids really need. So this is not to be scary, like, oh no, they just gonna take my job. They're just gonna take my job. Absolutely not. You can use it literally to help you. Like, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's here. It is here. And so let's use it to help us. Now, um there's also a big shift, and so although we have talked about literally our what we've just put in using the val team oa and how to use that for structured literacy and the science of reading, can definitely help us. But if you do not have a coach, a real human person to support and get you through this thing called teaching reading, then I encourage you to download my free, yes, free reading toolkit. I have the link down below and also in the description. That reading toolkit has literally over a dozen of tools that you can use to teach your struggling readers all five components of reading. From I talked about phonological awareness prompts earlier, and I said my reading toolkit has better prompts than that. Go ahead, grab it. They're free. Hey, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I hope that this tool can literally help you teach what smarter, not harder. Thank y'all. And if you think of any other ways that you use Chat GPT for teaching and for helping you create your lessons, drop them down below in the chat box. I'm excited. If y'all want more tools like this, more technology tools, I am excited to give them to you. Just let me know that down below in the chat box. If you have not yet hit that thumbs up button, please hit that thumbs up button. That just helps support this particular video. I see the hands up. Thank you so much. Great. You can catch us each and every Saturday right here live, right here on YouTube. We do this every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, this is not to be scary. This is not replacing your job. Your job will still be here. This is just helping you teach your readers and work smarter, not harder, right? But take care. I will see you guys next Saturday, 10 a.m.